Next, I'd like to move on to the local enterprise partnership within West Yorkshire, which is really the key coordinating organisation within West Yorkshire for Leeds City region. And the representative tonight is Melissa. Melissa has been absolutely instrumental in this event tonight, so I'd like to thank her, on record my thanks for this event, and also in terms of coordinating the activities with the other guests and the panellists. So I'd like to just pass on to Melissa to tell us more about LEP and LEP's activities within the Leeds City region.
Thank you very much. Okay, good evening everybody. Can you all hear me? Yeah. Okay. So my name's Melissa Liburd. I'm from the, officially from the West Yorkshire Combined Authority, but I work for the Leeds City Region LEP, which is called a Local Enterprise Partnership. That's essentially a partnership between the private sector and the public sector to stimulate economic growth in our region. So, just to give you an example of what we mean by our region, we've got 10 local authority areas. We have a business base of about 121,000 businesses. So we are, in terms of the region, we are the second largest the largest outside of London. Our economy collectively is worth about 62 billion. And we've got about 16,000 businesses right here in Bradford. So Bradford is a key player in this region, very, very important to us. It's a partnership between local government and, as I said, the private sector. It's all about stimulating economic growth, addressing skills gaps. I actually am responsible for what we call our growth service, and we launched a couple of years back in July 2015. And what we're really here to do is to help businesses that don't understand what's out there to help them grow, to connect you to the right products and services and people so that you understand what you can take advantage of, and we can try and connect you at the right time with the right level of expertise to obviously help your business to grow. We do that through a central gateway. So we've got a couple of members of staff who will deal with inquiries, so you can speak to them personally, talk through what your business is, what your ambitions are, what you're wanting to do, and then we can get you to the right people and the right products. We also have a team of growth managers that do a lot of work direct on the ground. So I'm just going to get Phil to stand up or raise his hand. This is Phil Bates, works for Bradford Council, but he's one of our growth managers. And so if you've got any questions or anything, you can see myself, you can see Phil. And I've also got my colleague, Neil Fishman, who's one of the service managers who works within my team as well, and is responsible for one of our projects, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later on. Most of the products and services that we've got are available to SMEs. So for companies with 50 employees or less, and an average sort of annual turnover of about 40 million. Okay, so I'm going to provide a very, very, very quick whistle-stop tour of some of our core products. Some are delivered directly through the LEP and then some are our partner products and services, and we've got some other partners in the room which I'll also draw attention to and ask them to sort of raise their hands so that you know who they are a bit later on. Okay, so I'll make a start then. Okay, so one of our most popular products is our Capital Grants Programme, which Neil is in charge of within the team. It's particularly popular with manufacturers, and we offer grants of between £10,000 to up to £250,000, okay? And it's for things like refurbing property and for purchasing equipment. So as I mentioned, it's particularly popular with manufacturers for those exact reasons. In terms of, there is an expectation that there will be, in terms of matching some of the grants, so for every £1 that you're looking for in a grant, you need £4 worth of private investment. Okay, so we can fund up to 20% of your overall project costs. We also have a loans programme as well, between £500,000 up to £1 million. And that's really designed to support large infrastructure projects and programmes. It's really sort of designed to kickstart some projects as well. We look to offer loans with a payback period of about 5 years, The lending rate is very dependent upon your own personal circumstance, but again, you can come and speak to us about that and we can have a bit of a chat around that. Okay, Finpoint, have we got Florian? Or has he had to leave? We have. So Finpoint, we're working in partnership with Finpoint at the moment, and this really is about connecting business leaders with finance lenders and intermediaries. And we're looking to, the beauty about this programme is that we can connect you to up to 100 or over 120 lenders through one single application. So, I'll just talk you. So why Finpoint? So Florian very kindly sent these some of these slides through. So basically, they've got the whole kind of market covered. Obviously, Faisal and Liz made reference to some of the business types of finance options that are available to you. Well, Finpoint can help to connect you to some of those products and those key lenders. It's very secure. They've got a very, very secure website. So obviously, that will hopefully inspire some trust and confidence in the way that you access those lenders. It's very, very, very simple, very easy. It's connecting to a website, entering a few details, registration takes about 10 minutes, and we'll give you the website details so that you've got all of that. And also, another key aspect, and this is free, is that they're working in partnership with PricewaterhouseCoopers, and they will actually submit, when you submit your application, they will assess that application to make sure that it's what we call investor ready, so that it's suitable, that it's appropriate, that you're kind of doing and saying the right things. Obviously, we want to make it as appeal to as many people as possible, so you actually get that free check before your application is submitted. Finpoint is particularly useful to use if a grant application hasn't been particularly successful, or to find a finance provider for match funding. If there are government funding options are not particularly available or in your circumstance, if you're unaware of private sector alternatives to the bank, and to actually help to educate you about some of the business finance options available to you as well. So I know, as I said, our colleagues from NatWest have kind of touched upon that, but Finpoint can also help you with that. And this really is just a slide to show how simple and effective it is, really. You submit an application, it will go through various steps in terms of looking at the application, making sure it's fit for purpose, and then hopefully it gets you to multiple lenders who may be interested in what you're looking to do. Okay, I'm going to go back slightly. I forgot to mention actually when I was talking about the capital grants programme, I want to give you just some sort of quick examples of the types of businesses where our capital grants programme has been particularly successful. So we've had a company in Wakefield called Freaks of Nature. It was a food manufacturing business, and they actually sought one of our grants to buy some new blending equipment to create non-gluten plant-based desserts. You've sampled one of those desserts, didn't you? It was very tasty. But they actually received £100,000 to invest in new facility, skills and training, and their match was 1.7 million. One of the key things that I forgot to mention actually about the programme is that you have to be able to create jobs, okay? So they were able to create jobs, and I think, and it's not just about jobs, it's about looking at high-level jobs as well, so the kind of NVQ3 level 3 and above. And then just in terms of sort of the smaller end, receiving a grant, we had Yarwood Leather, a company in Leeds, which was a textile company. They wanted some new sewing equipment, they wanted to increase their capacity in their sales, and they received a grant of just over £12,000, and they were able to provide about £48,000 worth of match, and they were able to create 2 jobs. So we do support projects of various sizes, but the job creation is a key part of what we do. Okay, coming on to our skills service. At the moment, our skills service, there was a grant element to it, but the current skills service finished in March of this year, but we are looking at how we can continue that service. But for now, there is still some support around skills. So we do have a number of advisors that can come into your business, and they can do a skills assessment, so they can look at what your needs are in terms of how you take your business forward and what skills you need within your organisation. That's completely free. So I know this whole event is about access to finance, but we want to highlight that there are things out there that's completely free of charge when you can get, and it can also contribute to growing your business. We can also give you some support around apprenticeships, looking at how to access them, what kind of support and training, the different levels of training that it covers, the types of training. So again, if you need that kind of information, you can contact our growth service and we can talk you through all of that. How to take an apprentice on for the very first time if you've never done that, the benefits, and obviously how to support those individuals within your workplace if you feel that's right for you. Because obviously a key part of growing can be things like upskilling your workforce and actually recruiting new people. So apprenticeships are a really good way to go. And then we've got enterprise advisors. And this really, I suppose, it's a bit of a plea from me and from the team. And what we're trying to do is connect more business leaders with young people to help motivate them and educate them about what kinds of jobs and opportunities are out there, what your business does. They're our workforce of the future. So if you feel you've got time to be able to go and work with a business, we'd love to hear, with a school or college, we'd love to hear from you. And the commitment varies, but it's only generally a few days per month to go and actually work with a business. So that's a little bit of a plug from my point of view. Okay, in terms of digital and connectivity, earlier on today I was another part of Bradford for the Digital Enterprise relaunch. So this programme really is it's got three components to the programme. And they've got a voucher scheme of between £1,000 to £5,000. And this is all about digital transformation within your business. And that grant can go towards things like your CRM systems. We've also got a connectivity voucher where you could potentially access up to £1,000. And that's really to help you with upgrading your digital connectivity, so including ISDN, full fibre and also fast wireless as well. And then the bit that they were really pushing today was the digital knowledge exchange. And this really is all about a series of workshops, it's mentoring opportunities, digital audits and digital conferences. And one of the workshops that I attended today, I can absolutely recommend them. I was part of a workshop which was all about tips to improve your online presence, and the tips were absolutely fantastic, so it's well worth considering those. The caveat with this scheme though is that there are three options here, but you can only access one of them. So if you went for a connectivity voucher, you wouldn't be able to have the other voucher or attend the digital knowledge exchange. But again, it's worth giving us a call, talking through what you're wanting to do, and then we can help and put you in touch with the team who'll be able to give you advice on which they think, which product or which of those three options would be better suited for your business. Okay, Travel Plan Network, they've been going for about 10 years. They're fairly new to our business support team. But that team really, again, this is about saving money, so we also do have a grant of up to £5,000 for those businesses that are looking to implement sort of cycling infrastructure, so things like providing showers facilities or cycle storage. That's our bike-friendly scheme, and as I said, you can get a grant of up to £5,000 for that. So the Travel Plan Network is all about sustainable travel, helping people to think differently about how they travel to work. And then also we do discounted ticketing as well. So employees can buy what they call corporate M cards, and that's all about encouraging businesses to think about how their employees move around sort of during work's time rather than using the cars, encouraging them more to use public transport, and obviously receiving quite a significant discount off the annual ticket to do that. And then employers who are part of the network as well can also receive up to 15% discount on buying a card for bus and rail use. So that's also another advantage. Okay, access innovation. This really is all about products and processes, refining systems, bringing new products to market and looking at support to do that. Again, there's 3 components to this offer. One of the things, we've got a team of what we call our Access Innovation Growth Managers. They can come out, they can meet with you, it's completely free. They will look at developing an innovation action plan. So again, looking at what you're trying to achieve and then looking at how we can best do that with you. We're also then wanting to connect you with the right people to help you innovate. So the research institutions that are best suited to help you with your products or looking at your processes. And there's also a series of masterclasses as well to help around the whole concept of innovation, helping you to understand what it is and look at what you're wanting to do within your business. And then in terms of the grant assistance, there is grant funding available of between £5,000 to £50,000, okay? And that's basically, it's costs to cover things like helping you with prototyping, testing, specialist research, demonstrating effectiveness and determining what kinds of materials and things might be appropriate for you to use. Okay, I'm sorry we're having to go through these really, really quickly, but obviously I'm going to be about at the end and we're part of the Q&A session. So if you do have anything specific that you want to speak to me about, then either see myself, my colleague Neil, or Phil at the back. Okay, moving quickly on to Adventure. Okay, this is one of our newer programmes. We've got Daniil and Sarah, who are actually part of the project, some of the project managers, and yep. Again, they're going to be here at the end, so if you do need to speak to them, they'll be on hand to help you. This really is a high-growth startup project to support high-growth pre-stage, early stage and pre-start businesses, so 0 to 3 years really, okay. A key part of this, more so than the financial aspect though, is the wraparound support that this project can give. So again, lots of intensive bespoke support, expert mentoring, events and workshops, one-to-one, consultancy, peer-to-peer learning, those kinds of things can prove invaluable to businesses. So it isn't just about grant support and receiving finance, but there is financial assistance depending on the age of your business, which again the team would be able to talk through more directly with you because that does vary, as I said, depending on the age of your business. But as I said, if you are a very early stage business and you're looking to grow, take on a lot of staff, that kind of thing, and very, very quickly, we do want to hear from you, and if we think we can support you, we'll sort of tell you how to do that. Strategic business growth. So for those businesses that are 3 years or above, again, this is a very similar project in terms of we're looking to support those high growth businesses. Again, a very similar setup in terms of the kinds of support you can get. So again, that one-to-one peer-to-peer mentoring, that kind of thing. Lots of workshops, and also in terms of the sort of value of those things. Again, the kinds of subject matters that we can help you with, particularly if you're in a high growth stage, are things around strategic business planning, sales, marketing, financial management and investor readiness. So helping those businesses really that are on that rapid sort of trajectory. Last couple, our resource efficiency audits and resource efficiency programme. So this really essentially is about sort of water, waste, energy, looking at how you can make improvements to those things. Again, we've got a small team of advisors that can come out, meet with you, look at what you currently have, and then look at perhaps any suitable solutions that would improve your energy. And you can get £1,000, between £1,000 to £10,000 to assist in those changes. So some kinds of common things is lighting as an example, but there's lots of other things that we can do around resource efficiency. And finally, our manufacturing growth programme. Again, that's not delivered by us, it's delivered by a partner, but you can access it through us. They offer grants of between £350 to £3,500. It's for the manufacturing sector. They will come in, they'll do a diagnostic, look at what kinds of thing you're wanting to do within your business. And again, if there's a project that they can support and there's some funding that may be needed towards a capital investment, again, there is a small amount of money to help do that. But again, a lot of it is about accessing the professional expertise of those individuals who can come and help and really understand your business and understand what you're wanting to do and get you to the right people and the right products. That's it from me. So we've got our key contacts there, sorry. As I said, we will be about. If you do need to speak to us, I've got my business cards, I can give you the details of our growth service, and we'll be more than happy to speak to anybody.
The LEP really is a massive beast, isn't it? There seems to be something there for absolutely everybody. There's so much available, from advice through to funding, through to access to grants, literally something there for everybody. I'd be surprised if you've taken on board everything that Melissa said, because there was just so much to cover. But as Melissa says, there's a lot of documentation available, and Melissa and her team are available to answer any questions either as part of the panel session or afterwards in terms of the networking session. So thanks again for that, Melissa.